streets are really packed today. The back streets of Phnom Penh. On the way to dinner, going to the riverside to go have food. And pizza 4Ps. But man, it's really packed today. Being a Saturday evening. Cool markets. Right beside a school. So a lot of kids are coming out of school, even though it's a Saturday. They're all in their nice little uniforms. It's really what's so interesting about Asia is all the kids wear uniforms. We don't have that anymore in the West, except if you go to a private school. This guy has all eggs in the back. Ooh, that's a lot of eggs. If I can zoom in here a little bit. Wow, that's a lot of eggs. Beautiful Wat up there. I've always wanted to go inside, but I haven't had the chance yet. Yeah, a lot of traffic. Motorcycles galore. We're in what's called a tuk-tuk. Okay, we're getting up to another main road here. Hopefully the traffic will alleviate a little bit. So you can see this beautiful Wat in here. Just a brief view of it. Wow. A lot of traffic. I can't keep my arm outside the window too much. Okay, let's do it now. Oppo, Chinese phone brand. So we're still in the northern part of Phnom Penh. We're heading downtown. And I would say downtown Phnom Penh is where the two rivers, the Tonle Sap and the Mekong, where they meet up, and that's right in front of the palace. So I would say that's probably downtown. Although there's a huge area to the south being built up, right where the new airport is, Teco Airport. There's a giant mall down there, so that's definitely the future of Phnom Penh. is in the south part. Although the north is north of here is also building up a lot as you move towards Siem Reap and Battambang. But this area is pretty much congested, as you can see. It's kind of like Vietnam in a way that all these tiny villages were assumed under the city, and they all just sort of kind of merged into each other, and it became Phnom Penh. But the villages sort of still exist in a way. And you can tell when you move from one village to another, sometimes the properties change, the road is different quality, so it seems like each village seems to have somewhat a little bit of autonomy of where their money goes. That's pretty rough in there, but it's a construction site. Yeah, unfortunately, lots of garbage around. Let me just go down here again. We're getting very close to the river now. Yeah, so just beyond that house there, that gas station, if you go left as a crow flies 50 meters, the river is over there. Yeah, in fact, you can see the river slowly, but the river is behind that Lucky Express. Currently about 5 p.m. local time, obviously. So the sun will set in about an hour here. Traffic over there. Yeah, all these roads are chaotic. Very few traffic lights here in Phnom Penh unless you go downtown. And so it's just a giant free-for-all. You just sort of get in there, and it's the ultimate offensive driving. Reminds me a bit of India, that there are police out, so the police will direct traffic, but there's so many cars and vehicles on the road that it's almost impossible for them to really direct any kind of traffic. If you listen carefully, you can hear the police whistle now. This is another school up here, by the way. And I believe it's a Chinese school, but it's mainly Cambodian students. Yeah. There's the Tonle Sap there. Hard to see. Tonle Sap River. Phnom Penh night market. Oh, over here. Yeah, lots of kiosks out tonight. Ooh, they're really hard to see from here, but wow, okay, I'm gonna go over here. Okay, well, we're almost down to our destination, so just wanted to send you guys a short live on the streets of Phnom Penh here in January 2026. So thank you very much for tuning in, and more lives will be coming along their way as we see something really interesting and cool. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful